Nigeria is well blessed with varieties of food crops, and carrots are no exception. Carrot is largely cultivated in the northern part of Nigeria, such as Zaria, Sokoto, Kano, and Jos. Carrots, as we know, is a good source of vitamin and a very good source of dietary fiber. Nigeria ranks 32nd in global output and first in sub-Saharan Africa. We will look at this commodity and its potentials and benefits. And with me in the studios to do that is one of the research analysts with financial derivatives company, Fumi Adebowale. But first, let's see what they have as the burning economic issues. Good morning, Fumi. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Chimeze.
All right, I can see first on your burning economic issues, of course, is the IMF reversal of Nigerian economic outlook from 2.3% to 2.2%. What does this tell us?
Okay, like you said, the IMF revised downwards Nigeria's 2019 GDP outlook to 2.0% from 2.3% projected in October 2018. And this, before we look at the impact, let's look at the assumptions. So this was based on the assumption that oil prices have been dropping and it will continue to trade between $55 per barrel. So when we see a decline in GDP numbers, it means there is a slowdown in economic activities. But aside the decline in oil price, there are other factors that would drive the economy. You know, we've seen increased liquidity in the system arising from the election spending, and the pending approval of the minimum wage would also increase liquidity in the system. And this will filter into higher inflation numbers. We are projecting about 13% at the end of 2019 from 11.44 that was released by the NBS for December. So when we say decline in GDP, it means that there will be a slowdown in economic activities, and some of the sectors that might be affected might be the real sectors, and that is why government needs to look at these sectors. How can we boost the sector? How can we boost output? And how can we make growth inclusive?
All right. Now, with this outlook reversal coming at a time like this when the MPC is meeting, do you think this may be a major consideration for the committee perhaps later today? This happened yesterday, so since their meeting continues today, perhaps they would probably talk about it.
Yes, the MPC will be concluding its meeting today, and a number of factors will be considered. Number one is the GDP growth. The fact that we're projecting is going to decline, it will be a major consideration. Besides that, we also look at inflation, it's increasing. You look at external reserve, which is flat. You look at capital reversals. So those are the factors that will drive their decisions. But minding and taking note that this is the last MPC meeting before the election. So that I think the committee would play safe to maintain status quo at this point in time. And if this is done, we expect market sentiment to still be the same because markets have factored in this decision already.
Okay. Well, I think that's the major topics that you have on your burning economic issues, the IMF reversal, of course, the MPC, which channels into the inflation numbers that we just saw. Okay, let's look at the commodity in focus, and that's carrot. What makes this commodity important and worth talking about?
Yes, carrot has so many functions, has so many uses. You know, even restaurants use it for cooking, use it for fried rice. You know, it has this color that makes it attractive. Aside it also has health benefits. It contains a large amount of antioxidants, which helps to prevent against cardiovascular arrest. You know, it helps to prevent aging. So a lot of people consume this commodity to edge against aging. So it makes it like important. This is one of the reasons why people want to consume this commodity at this point in time.
So who are the world's largest producers and consumers, and where is Nigeria in all of this?
Yes, what we've seen is that the major producers are mostly the major consumers. You know, we talk about the US, talk about Russia, you talk about Uzbekistan. They are the top producers, and they're also the top consumers. And one thing to note is it's like there is a positive correlation between carrot consumption and life expectancy. We've seen that the life expectancy of these countries is above the global average of 72%. For instance, we see that China's life expectancy is about 76.4%. The same thing for the US, and so there's a positive correlation between carrot consumption and life expectancy. And that is one of the reasons why people consumed it, because it helped to increase the lifespan of individuals.
All right, just a quick one. How can Nigeria actually maximize its full potential in this particular commodity? I know we are blessed with the farmland to actually get it done.
Okay, currently Nigeria produces about 225,000 tons of carrots annually, but our potential is about 600,000 tons. That means we are producing about just 1/3 of our potential output. But that's because of the challenges that are being faced by farmers in this industry. You know, in terms of storage, you know, there's inadequate storage facilities to be able to preserve even what is being produced. There's finance challenges. You know, a lot of farmers are being constrained by finance, and that is affecting production. Aside this, we've also seen that logistics has also been one of the major challenges. Cost of transporting from where it is being produced in the northern part of the country to where it is mostly consumed is also a major challenge. So if all these challenges are being addressed, I think we'll be able to explore our potential in the production of this commodity.
All right, thank you for your time, Fumi Adebowale. Fumi Adebowale is one of the research analysts with Financial Derivatives Company. Well, let's cross over now to FMDQ Marketplace to get an update on the currency market. And I'm being joined by the head FX trading with FBN Quest Merchant Bank, Ajibola Aero Phillips. Good morning, Ajibola. Thank you very much for joining us. Good morning, Ajibola.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, the currency market seems to be a little bit quiet, but can you bring us up to speed with recent developments in the market?
Market has been a bit stable this week. We've seen a lot of inflows from, mostly from the FBIs being in the market, in the INE FX market being the predominant market in that space. Market opened about 362.7 yesterday, but appreciated slightly to close at 362.46. Like I mentioned earlier, we've had more supplies in the market than demand. And so all of the things that CBN has been doing has been working. Also, we have a retail intervention that is due this week. Results are due on Friday. We also had a wholesale intervention by CBN, which was done on Monday. We expect that the result of that will be released later today. So market has been a bit quiet. From the MPC, we don't expect that there will be any major shift from what CBN has been doing. So we expect the market will be relatively stable in the next week.
Well, Ajibola will seem to be having some issues with that audio out there. That's the much we can take of that. Thank you very much for your time. And it's on that note that we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. Thank you for watching. I'm Chimezi Obi Iwago.